Lucy. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Okay, so I am really frustrated because my husband, he works on the road for a band, and they have been off the road for a while, and so money has just been really tight, and we thought that we had saved and all those things, but we have all these bills, and he got another job during the summer for a little while with a different band, and traveled with them, and so we thought we would be okay, and we thought that he would start working again in October, so we're like, okay, let's just hang on, but then we just found out that he's not going to be able to, because they're like pushing back all these rehearsals and all these things, and so it's kind of, totally unexpected, and we thought we would be okay, and I just get so frustrated because we try to save and we try to do these things, and I had a job interview a couple weeks ago and was really looking forward to it. Like, it would have been a huge pay raise, and they liked me and they wanted to, but even after the interview they talked and were really excited about bringing me on, but then they said that they weren't ready to hire that position, so they hired this other like part-time position, and they are like holding me, but then all this stuff, and I'm just super frustrated because I feel like we're the working poor.
So are you more worried about this time where it's kind of backed up? Do you think that that time's going to be coming where he's, making more of that money? Or are you worried about kind of the big picture overall?
Well, I'm worried about the right now, and we keep saying, like, someday we're going to have money, right? Someday we're going to have money, right? And I just think, we have student loans, which I'm really frustrated about. We have credit card debt because we were young and stupid, and I just think if we didn't have this debt, then that would have been fine. And, like, I get so mad because his parents paid for his brothers to go to college but didn't pay for him. And so I get resentful that we're in all this debt where they could have, helped us with that. And so that's a whole other story about the relationship with his parents. And, it's just, and we have childcare and we have all these things, and we're like, well, someday, but we have to eat, and we have to pay our credit card bills, and we have to, we pay a lot in credit card bills each month, and, we have a house, and we have, things, and, I just don't know even what to do.
So you're feeling worried because you're not really sure where that money's even going to come from to get, those bills paid and to basically provide for you.
Yeah, my mom lent me $500 and I need to pay her back. It's not okay not to pay her back.
Right.
And so, we just don't know what to do. Like, should he, he's been home, and the other thing too I get really frustrated about is that he's been home and he's depressed because he's not bringing in a paycheck, but I get home and the house is a mess, and so I'm like, could you just please do something, like instead of laying in bed all day, I see that the covers are, wrinkled because you've been in bed,
right,
and I come home and just sweep the floor, like pick the kids up from school or whatever, and so I'm frustrated with him too, and it's like, you need to do this. Like, I have carried us for years while you've had this job that you love, but it always puts us in this position.
So what's keeping him from looking for something else during this time that will give him, something to get out of bed and do, that will also bring in a paycheck?
Well, he was waiting because we thought that he would go on the road, and so it was going to be like, okay, we'll get through this, and then he's supposed to have a check coming, but they said we get it on Tuesday, but we haven't gotten it, and so we don't know, he invoiced them and all these things, but I just am just irritated. Like, I'm tired of taking care of it, I just kind of want to give, because I know the bills, I pay them, and so I know that things are tight, and I don't know where things are going to come from, and, my check goes to these bills, but then the mortgage wasn't paid.
Right.
So, I just don't know what to do about it.
Has he looked into doing something kind of temporary until he gets he goes out on the road again?
Well, he did just, I I think he was thinking about applying to a temp agency.
Okay.
So he'll have to shave his beard, or at least trim it, and do those types of things. And so, I mean, that is something that we can do. It's just not something long term.
Right.
But
so you are kind of thinking more long term as well as the short term.
Yeah. I mean, I've worked, like I have 3 kids, but I'm a working mom, and I come home and, like I feel like we can't really afford things that I really want to do.
Right.
And so
it sounds like you're kind of tired because you feel like you don't see an end to it.
Yes, I'm tired.
So how do you feel about him being on the road as his occupation?
I mean, I think it's fine if he, wants to be on the road, if that's what he likes to do. Like, I like it when he's home, but I like it when he's gone too, because the house stays cleaner.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know how. It's fine if he could just make money.
Mm-hmm. Is this something that he sees himself wanting to do long term?
Being in the music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so, definitely.
Yeah, and you feel supportive of that?
Yeah, I mean, we're in it together. I just, get tired of the money strain, and I don't know how to get out of it.
Right. So you're feeling kind of that constant frustration of this is never going to end.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it will someday. Because the oldest kid, when he gets into middle school, we won't have to pay his child care anymore, and so that'll be a little bit more, and we really need to pay down the credit card debt and figure that out so we can get rid of that expense.
Have you guys sat down and figured out a plan for paying off the credit card debt?
No. That's probably something we should do.
Yeah, I think you could definitely maybe find, I know I've spoken to just kind of a financial advisor before, and they generally have, ideas for ways that you can kind of transfer money around. So if you feel like that's kind of the forefront of one of your concerns, maybe that's kind of where you could start.
Yeah, that would be a good place to start.
Okay. Well, what if you kind of start on just sitting down and having a conversation about, getting that credit card debt started, maybe talk about the temporary thing and just kind of picking up, some extra income and see how that conversation goes, and then we can kind of visit that next week.
Okay, that sounds good.
Thanks, Jenny.